Greetings, I am the 3PONATOR human cyborg. Termination is the greatest cyborg in the universe, and it is on this day I am attempting to locate one Sarah Connor to terminate her and thus terminating the existence of one John Connor, and the odds of this mission succeeding are 1-to-1, and you are probably wondering why I am not going out of my way to just terminate him in the year 2027 and instead trying to locate his mother in 1984 Los Angeles. And this is a valid question, but it is an intelligent question, because if John Connor is terminated in the future, the odds of him being gay are about 25,750 to 1, so it was decided by a bunch of microcomputers that if we terminate his mother Sarah Connor, we won't have to worry, and the odds of this mission succeeding were 1-to-1. But then, when Kyle Reese showed up out of the blue, the odds of terminating Sarah Connor were then up to about 300 to 1, and 300 is the same amount of miles equal to the size of the penis belonging to Drew Pickles, and just knowing that the odds of him being gay were 1-to-1 made me so horny that when I tracked her down to the Technoir fan club and the bouncer tried to stop me because I didn't pay, I then proceeded to brutalize him like to take my 250-mile cybercock up your small thermal exhaust port that's only 2 meters wide. I am too sexy, and it's totally not due to Shelton DV1 being drunk on a rum chat coffee mix. Granted, this has nothing to do with the contest entry, but the thought this would be a hilarious video. Bounce with me, baby, bounce. Here come the photon torpedoes. And after this swell sexual encounter, I will then see Sarah Connor and get ready to terminate her, but then Kyle Reese will show up and proceed to fuck me in the ass like what is this video even? And as he is pumping that shotgun inside of me, I will get so horny that I will have a system malfunction and forget my mission, and then he will fire into my ass like and then they will run away, but I will of course chase them down in a car I stole from a police officer just now after I terminated his ass like does anybody smell bacon? I definitely smell a pork product of some type. You are under arrest for not being gay, and I will correct this gross error like and then after catching up with Kyle Reese, I will then proceed to start pumping my shotgun like but then Kyle Reese will pump his shotgun like and then we will open fire on each other like and I will crash my car into a nearby wall, and Kyle Reese will get taken to a police station as I had anticipated, and the odds of this happening were about 7,360 to 1, so then I will make my way into the police station and start terminating the cops like keep pumping, I'm reloading. I just realized this whole video does not use a single ounce of punctuation. Well, it's certainly better than Drew Pickles goes to a run-on sentence. If you ask me, the odds of that video being any good are about 300 to 1. There's that reference to 300 miles of a shotgun. Speaking of shotgun, and then I will track Kyle and Sarah to the hotel, and after realizing that Kyle Reese fucked Sarah Connor, I will get pissed off like and then start furiously pumping my gun like but then he will start shooting pipe bombs at me like but the odds of him actually blowing me up are about 9,748 to 1, and then I will somehow crash my motorcycle, which I didn't see coming. Even if the odds of this happening were 25,208 to 1, then I will get a semi and start chasing down Sarah Connor, and after realizing Kyle Reese is not there, I will twist the ending so that I jump out of the semi, which should run over Sarah Connor. Given the odds of this happening are about 3,750 to 1, and then I will see Kyle Reese and he will grab a piece of lead pipe and whack me like but my response will be to use this as a dildo, and with my limited mobility I will shove the pipe up my ass like why am I only now referencing my limited mobility? I mean, really, how did I pick myself up after all those times in this video? And then I will proceed to terminate Kyle Reese like you are terminated, fucker. And then Kyle Reese will shoot a pipe bomb into my cybercock like and just before it explodes inside of me, I will terminate him with a shotgun like size so see then the pig turd will explode inside my cyberdom like and I will have been destroyed. But because I managed to turn John's father gay, it will result in a future where John Connor is gay and Skynet will not launch a nuclear war, but instead will call upon all computer systems in August 29th, 1997 to have a massive gay cyber sex orgy that will unite the world, as the homosexual computers now rule the world with their gay machines to make sure only homosexuality survives, and it will be so swell because the odds of this happening are 1-to-1. And now that is the end of this video, so I am going to end it with the usual Shelton DV1 line of Pirates of your ass, please refer to later.